Hello and welcome back. In the previous video, I promised that we are going to be discussing points to consider if you really want to deal with pain. So welcome again, and the first on the list is to thoroughly examine. You see, take note of this. That you feel hurt does not mean that you are right. Yeah. That you are hurt does not mean that you are right. I mean, you can be hurt and still be wrong. Things like this happen day in, day out. Most people, they think that because they are hurt, because they're not happy about what happened, it means that they are right. No, you can be hurt and still be wrong. You see, pain is an emotion. That is all that it is. And you cannot depend on pain for the truth. Yeah, you can depend on pain for truth. When there is a painful experience, examine the matter and look at it from different perspectives. That is why I said before that when you have a painful experience, don't just throw it away. Don't just say, no, I don't want to talk about it. I hate what happened. Just forget about it and you sweep it under the carpet. No. When painful experiences occur, you should examine the matter, look at it from different perspectives. And you see, the purpose of this examination and re-examination is the search for the truth. Yes, you are not examining the matter so that you can feel hurt afresh, so that the pain can, be rekindled. No. You see, the truth will help you to deal with the matter in a more objective manner. Tell yourself the truth and do not put yourself in a position where people cannot tell you the truth. Most people, they are in positions whereby even if they've done wrong, people cannot tell them that they are wrong, which is not something that a person should allow in their lives. You should have people with whom you check. Personally, when things happen that I am not sure whether I am particularly wrong or not, I have people in my lives that I call, I speak to, I tell them, look at exactly what happened. I tell them the truth, and they're able to, examine the matter with me to know the truth. What you are looking for in that examination is the truth, all right? Not who hurt who more. No, what you're looking for is the truth. Always desire and accept the truth, because thorough examination will help you see more than what you feel. When things happen, we are immediately enveloped with our emotions, right? We are hardly able to see other truths embedded in the matter. Sometimes you discover that you were wrong, sometimes the other party was wrong, or you were both wrong. But if you don't take the time to re-examine the matter and weigh it properly, you might not be able to know the truth concerning the matter. And then when you find the truth, it's not just for keeps, it's information that you should act on, because the truth about that matter would inform your reasoning, okay? You should not allow your feelings to cover your reasoning. Most people, when hurtful experiences happen, they just flare up and all that. I know people react differently to pain and all of that, but I advise that when a painful experience has occurred, you should take your time to look into the matter again, because what you feel may not be the whole truth. Yes. That is a very, very possible situation, that what you feel is not the whole truth. So the second point today is don't hide it. Yes, hidden pain is uniquely dangerous. I mean, it's not something to joke with. It is uniquely dangerous as it continues to degenerate. It can just blow up in your face in the future. I don't know if you've seen movies where people who believed that they had properly talked in certain bad experiences that they didn't want to talk about, and some 30 years later, many years later, it just shows up and blows out of proportion. Something that could have been dealt with at the time it happened, or not too long after, it just blows up. Right? So don't hide the pain. It could degenerate, and it is likely to get worse when it is unattended to. You see, and hidden pain gradually metamorphoses to become bitterness. Yes, and hate. You see, bitterness and hate never bear good fruits, only destructive and revengeful ones that gives nothing but a shallow illusion of satisfaction. You see, sometimes people say things like, yeah, they've forgiven the people, but the pain is hidden there. It's easy to say you've forgiven because no one really sees the heart. No one knows whether it's truly forgiven or not. So when people say that they have forgiven and then there is still that bitterness in there because the pain is hidden, they would be satisfied to see revenge happen. They will be satisfied to see evil happen to their offenders and things like that. And believe me, that satisfaction is an illusion. It is shallow, all right? It is nothing compared to the bitter pain that will come after that experience. You see, that's where you hear things like, I've forgiven him, but he will suffer, and the likes of it, right? That is just a call to action that you need to deal with the pain. When I say do not hide your pain, I am not talking about telling it to any and everyone or wearing it on your face for everyone to know that you've experienced something painful. No, I'm talking about speaking up to people who have the capacity to handle, or the following people. I've made a quick list of people that you can possibly speak to when you're hurt, and top of that list is the one who hurt you. Yes, most people think that it is weakness to speak up when you are hurt about something, but I don't think so. You see, there are cases where you simply need to express your displeasure about something that went wrong or someone who did something displeasing to you. You see, don't be religious. You are human, and you have feelings. You are human. You can speak up when something goes wrong. You can speak up, especially if that relationship is cherished. All right. And if you continue to behave like you are not offended by the things going on, the relationship gets cold and bitterness can grow from there. There are many relationships like that that have grown cold because of things that have happened in between, and the people choose not to speak up on what happens, and then it just gradually chokes the relationship. I remember a deal I had with a client. It went sour. The deal went sour because of how the parties involved with me in executing the project, they messed it up. I'm not going to lie. They messed up that project, and it pained me so much because I know the effect of that experience on the business of my clients, on my client's business. I knew the impact of that deal and how it's messed up. I knew it's going to have a negative impact on my client's business, and I felt so bad about this. So I reached to have a conversation about it, to discuss possible solutions, to fix the mess that my team and I had created. But this person handled the matter in a way that raised questions in my mind. I saw it through his expressions. He was pained, he was angry, he was sad, which he had the right to be, by the way. And even if he tried to hide it that it was okay, I knew that it was not okay. And I really craved an opportunity to make things right, but he wouldn't let me, and the relationship eventually went cold. This experience makes me really wonder how many more relationships have gone cold because of the idea that you shouldn't speak up when something goes wrong, be the mature one and keep quiet. Sometimes the mature one is the one who speaks up that, look, something is wrong. Because sometimes when you just shut up about the whole thing, it could be just pretense, all pretense and acting, because when the heart is hot, you cannot pretend as if it is not. That's just the truth. Within you, you already know that something is wrong. This is one of the reasons behind some cold relationships. Please, it is not wrong to express your displeasure. That pain you are hiding can turn to something else, strangle the relationship, and birth bitterness in you. It is not news that some people do not take responsibility for their wrongs, and whether they are aware of it or not, they don't care about what they've done. And there are some others that are not accessible, right? You may not be able to access them to talk about it, or they may not even be willing to, talk about how much they've hurt you. Those people don't know the impact of their actions on you, or they simply don't care. This is a really hurtful experience for someone not to care about what they've done to you or not be available to talk about it. And I advise that after you have taken a thorough look at what has happened, I advise that you may need to speak to someone with proven wisdom and the capacity to offer good counsel, wise counsel on the matter, to offer guidance as the case may be, because cases like this are often unique and they require beyond general counsel like this, because the matter might be unique based on the people involved and what has happened. So always remember to stand for the truth when you're handling matters like this, because acting based on half truth is really, really dangerous. All right.